So this is gonna be... Damn it. What's up, Grumpy Nation? I am back again. Today, I'm gonna try to do two parts actually. So this will be part 2 of my Funko Pop hunt that you guys saw before. I got so much stuff that I didn't want to make a 40-minute video. So the second part here today is gonna be non-Funko stuff. So I had picked up a couple things that were not Funko actually. So those are going to be what I'm showing you today. I'm really excited about this first thing. This is kind of along the lines of a Funko Pop, but this is a line that Hot Toys is making. Now Hot Toys, if you don't know, check out Hot Toys. They are these incredibly detailed, they're like $300 to $400, sometimes $500 figures, which I cannot afford. So I will probably never review one. If I could, I would. But Hot Toys also makes these things called Cos Babies, and they are similar to Funko Pops. They are little vinyl, I guess, metal and die-cast and vinyl figures. So I did find Iron Man, and I'm super excited because this thing's really cute. So this is Iron Man. Now this, again, is made by Hot Toys, and it is a Cos Baby. So on the side you can see you've got some graphics here, Avengers Age of Ultron, and this is actually an awesome little figure. Now this is actually more than a Funko Pop. Not a ton more, but about 15 bucks, something like that. So I'm really excited though because the detail on these things look amazing. If you like Dorbs or Funko Pops, I think this would be something that's definitely cool, and I think they have a little more detail, and Hot Toys is definitely a company that you would want to check out because this is really awesome. Alright, so out of the box there's 2 plastic pieces, so sort of like Funko Pops where you can actually display them in the box if you'd like, which I'm not going to do. Also, as you can see, I changed up my room. I had no space left for any pops. I was like 40 or 50 pops ahead of what I needed to be. So I figured out a way to stack my pops out of the box. It was very hard for me to do. I started it, and then I put them all back in again, and then I started it again, and I bit the bullet. I know I'm going to have to dust, but I think they look really a lot better outside of the boxes. So that's how they're going to be displayed from now on, because it gained me about 40 or 50 slots worth of pops, so it's perfect. Anyways, here is Iron Man, the Cos Baby. Let's get him out. Alright, now again with licensing, they have to make these bobbleheads, but the cool thing about this is the bobble, it doesn't really bobble. This is much better than a Funko product. Now, paint-wise, the detail on this head is unmatched. That is ridiculous. I mean, that is an amazingly detailed figure. The paint on the chest is awesome, and on the back, I mean, his armor just looks really good. Sort of along the lines of the Dorbs, where they painted it on, so there's not a lot of detail as far as sculpting on the body. But the detail is in the paint, and it's just unbelievable. It's got this metallic shine to it, and it's definitely vinyl. I want to say plastic. It doesn't feel cheap at all. The head does feel a little bit light, but it doesn't feel cheap. This is an amazing figure. So I know they make a bunch of Age of Ultron ones, and I know that they have other Cos Babies that I'm definitely wanting to look into. But this is my first Cos Baby, and I really like it. So this is by Hot Toys, and this is Iron Man Age of Ultron, and I want to say this is the Mark 43. Anyways, alright guys, so this next thing is super duper awesome. I love action figure stuff, and I have talked about NECA and how I love the NECA figures. Used to be a McFarlane fan, not so much anymore. I think McFarlane kind of fell to the wayside, and I really feel like NECA has just surpassed them on every level. The detail on NECA figures are amazing. But anyways, I picked up the Alien from Alien 3, the video game. So this is an old video game. I want to say Nintendo? I don't know, but look at this display. This is awesome. So they've got the pixelated Alien kind of screenshot here. Now the cool thing about this is that it is a two-toned Alien. So one side of him is blue, and the other is brown to keep with the crappy graphics of the old games. And as you can see on the back, pause it if you want to read all that. But this is a two-tone figure, so from one side he's blue and one side he's brown. Now, This is something that I would definitely like to keep in the package because it looks really cool, but I'm not going to. Really, I'm collecting these for me because I like them. So I'm not too worried about what they're going to be worth outside of the box. Same goes with this. Yeah, it may be worth money later on, but I like this figure and I want to see what it looks like out of the box, and that's where I'm at. Alright guys, so he's in a weird pose because he was actually in the box like this, but I cannot say enough about this frickin' figure. This thing, the detail on this thing is unreal. So I'm gonna mess with him a little bit. Now it says on the box that he has over 30 points of articulation, which is crazy. It's a crazy amount for the amount of money that this figure is actually retailing for. So first point I gotta make is that yes, he is indeed two-tone. So blue on one side and brown on the other, giving it that video game look when you look at it straight on, which I think is just so cool. The paint fades are amazing. The detail on this thing is unbelievable, and I am a huge Alien fan, so I cannot wait to mess with this. So articulation points, I'm not going to get too crazy into it, okay? You guys know basic ideas of articulation, okay? This head actually turns back and forth, so it's on like a pivot, and it neck swivel, okay? The head swivels, so that's great. The wrist bend, they're on a ball joint, so the wrists move around, which is great. He's got a double jointed elbow, which is cool, on both hands. The hips move up, down, legs up, move up and down, knee bends there. His ankle joints are these huge, big ankles like that. Look at that. That's cool. And then his foot actually moves a lot. And it's got a ankle pivot. So very cool. The amount of articulation on this dude is just sick. And the best part that I didn't show you yet, he does have a waist crunch. I guess it's his waist, it's his rib cage, but he spins at the waist, at the rib cage, and up and down as well. So you can really pose this guy into some cool stuff. My favorite part about this figure though, and I'm really excited about this, is that his tail, it bends. So it's actually got like a bendable rod inside the tail, so you can really make this thing into some crazy, and it turns and spins, which is awesome. You can make this into some crazy poses. I mean, that tail is long, man. Look at that. That is crazy. So the blade on the end of his tail is painted well. Everything on this figure is worth the money, I'll tell you that. This is an unbelievable figure. The paint detail is amazing. So if you guys are fans of Alien, you definitely need to pick this thing up. This is just an awesome figure. And like I said before, I love Funko Pops, and I'm going to continue to get Funko Pops. But my real love is all action figures, whether it be Funko Pops or these NECAs or like that little Cos Baby. I just love all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to pigeonhole my channel into just Funko Pops, but don't worry. I read your feedback. I will not stop doing Funko Pops, but from time to time, I'm definitely going to show you guys some of these other awesome figures that are out there, and I think it's really important because this thing right here, I don't even know how I'm going to pose it because his legs are so crazy. This is just an amazing figure, so I definitely recommend picking this up. That is part 2 of my Funko Pop / action figure hunt. So thanks for watching, guys, and Grumpy Nation, I'm coming back real soon with part 3 of that pop hunt. Thank you for watching. Please give me feedback. I will try to do my best on these action figures. It's new to me as far as reviewing them, so I know I'm not getting super into details with it. There's plenty of channels out there that review amazing figures that'll really help you out. But for now, for me, I just want to show you the basics and kind of what I look for in an action figure, and that's where I'm at right now. So pick this guy up. Pick up a Cos Baby. They're awesome. Grumpy Nation, love you. Check it.